Hello everyone, this will be the review of game LoveChoice and the keywords provided by developer. I did a little bit of research and this is gonna be mostly first impression video, also a review at the end. I decided to do it because I want to show you my reaction to the game as I play. Maybe you're gonna want some feedback and stuff like that, so well, it might be useful. I know that the game is a visual novel, which is using a very basic graphic style, which I'm not a big fan of. I am usually very much into beautiful graphics in visual novels, which I like, but I don't buy them usually because they are just books, and I don't necessarily want to pay this much money for a book, which you can basically get books for super cheap on the internet. So I don't see the point. I would rather play for a game. I mean, pay for a game rather than pay for a book. That's just what the visual novel usually is. I know it has different endings usually, but that's the whole difference. If you downgrade graphics in a visual novel, you are left with a novel, and then it's even less. So if the game is actually very short, the question is how much you want to pay for 15 minutes of reading, which is like a small fraction of an actual novel. If you buy like Harry Potter book, you're gonna probably read it for like a few hours. This is a fraction of the value at best. Doesn't mean I don't like reading. I do like reading, and I do like good graphics, which probably we won't get here, but we might get a good piece of reading. So I'm gonna kinda read quickly through it. You can either move to the end and just listen to my uh, summarize of the game, or you can pause it and read in your own pace. I guess that should make sense. I'm also not entirely sure if we're gonna finish it. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna start in a moment and we'll see if it's actually 15 minutes or less. I will rather quickly go to next reading piece, so it should be something for a fast reader. I'm generally a rather fast reader. Okay, so options, we have 4 languages. 3 of them are some other languages than English, some Asian ones, probably Chinese or other. I don't know, I can't read this. Full screen works properly. You have sliders that work properly, so that's a nice addition. At least those basic parts are there. I'm very grateful for that. It allows me to easier make a recording. So let's start it. I just basically read through few dialogues and I was like, oh, I guess I know what the game is. Album, do we have some link? Let's see. I clicked it. Oh yeah, see, we already have some album. Yeah, just a couple of dialogues and already have 3 out of how many? I don't know. 3 out of 20. That will be 15% of the game in a few minutes. Yeah. So yeah, it's a short. But also one more thing. Developer actually says a lot of honest stuff. They even say you can refund the game if you consider that little amount of time for your money is not worth it. You can refund the game. They say it. They also say the game is going to grow and they definitely need help with translations. They are very humble and honest, and the game isn't expensive. It's like $1. So very nice approach from the developer. They literally say what's the situation. It's a short game with just one story, multiple endings, 15 to 40 minutes of gameplay if you are replaying. They were very honest about it, so that's a plus. It's a big plus for the approach to the customer. Okay, so this doesn't come yet because it's not yet done. So this is the first story. Let's start it. I'm probably not gonna read it because I'm not a good reader. I'm just check what's there. Okay, so I'm going. Okay, I'm not gonna read it. You can read it on your own. I'm just going to try to react to it. Maybe to the graphics mostly. I want music because I can read when there is music. What is this? Is it clickable? No. So what is it? It looks like it's responsive, but it isn't. What do I click it? Game developer. So maybe those are people, and this person is like highlighted. The graphics are rather basic, I would say. Alright, game jam. Game development. Okay, so they make games very quickly. Team up with girls. So we are some guy that with guys, and he sees this girl, I guess. Alright, own game. Alright. Yeah, so she's definitely highlighted. What happens? We have some sounds. Let's see. Alright, so I'm trying to talk to this girl. Usual love story. Okay, now we have a choice, right? Probably one with more like into her, something that you're trying to actually hit on the girl, and the other is just pretending that you, well, not approaching her directly. So let's try direct approach. Okay, she's called something. I don't know why it is called 3 zeros. That's her name. Maybe you have to make it in our mind. Alright, I'm not sure what this is, to be honest. Okay, I found her. Aha, we are talking on chat, right? Pen pals. Okay. So we are moving to the text phase. Let's see. There's some sounds, clearly. Uh-huh. So we are helping her to deal with her boss. Maybe we can defend the boss or defend her. Let's take her side. Let's be very nice knight in shiny armor. The approach that never works in real life, by the way. Usually you just get used by the girl, and that's when it ends. No one wants to upset their boss. None of this I like. No one wants to upset their boss. So we're defending her colleagues who didn't help her. Maybe they didn't just have a... This is also sort of defense. They're like similar. Are they afraid or they don't know? Are they afraid? Let's take her side. Like, they are afraid. They're not loyal. Alright. We're calling other guys cowards. Sort of. So that's a good tactic. And we go directly to a date from here. Well, why not? Can just as well try at the beginning. And then what? I don't know. Oh, she's very nice, really. That's unrealistic already. Huh. Horror. Love comedy. No way. Hero, we could. Horror better. Let's see if she's into weird stuff. I'm just checking recording. I guess it's proper. It's like 5 minutes already. How is it 15 minutes game? I don't know. It's weird. I would click through it, but I don't want to just speed up everything completely. Oh, this is slightly better. Uh-huh. This is very ugly, by the way, but what is this? Find as many as I can. Oh, what? There's a mini game? Nice. What does it mean? Which is the good one? I don't know. This one. Yeah. Probably have to click the colorful ones. This is very fast. So we have to find the best possible one. Alright. Clicking the good stuff. I'm guessing this is good stuff because I don't know really. What is it now? Okay. This is gonna be hard. Same place. I would say it goes left. Probably right. There. Yeah, I made it. Awesome. But that was hard. Okay. This one. No, not again. Seriously? 6 times? I'm lost already. It was in the right. No idea how it happened. Where is it? Right? Middle. No. Why is it 5 stars? It's gray with 5 stars. Okay. Okay. 2 of them. Right. Nah, that's bad. I'm gonna just take first 2 on the left. How do you do it? What am I supposed to do? Click it? No idea. It's very weird. We get some pop-ups that don't do anything. Okay, let's go with 2. Huh. That was bad. What? 5 out of 11. How am I supposed to do it? Okay, whatever. Any place is good. I wanna just hack at this. Day of our date. Yeah, it's very basic, really. I mean, some people might like this sort of graphics. I would say it's just very basic. Nobody else in the whole cinema. Yeah, I kind of like the fact that it's like moving, like it's really end of the movie. Like there's animation actually. It's not static, so that's a plus. Sort of. She is what? She is this color, right? Would be nice if I know who is saying what. I guess she's pink. What happens? Probably we're gonna choose a bad restaurant and she's gonna hate us. And that's gonna be the end. You need to feed her, basically. Hmm. Probably just getting a piece of album. I'm guessing this is gonna be in the album, probably. Oh, he's already in love. They're all rose cheeks. So they are like, you know, having feelings. I don't know how we call it really. Blushing, yeah, they're blushing. Close and close. Of course, they like each other. This never happens in real life. What should I say? Well, I definitely want this, but I should probably say this. No, see, it worked. That's a good thing. You can never be really honest with a girl. You can just touch her. You have to say stuff. I mean, it's obvious if I like her. I mean, if I want to touch her, I like her, I guess. Oh, I would like to find common stuff. Does it work like this? Like what? Cat and cat? This is very strange. Let's see. Where eager I gotta go. Who's going? I'm going? I'm going. We're different rooms. Yeah, there is definitely some stylistic to the graphics. This looks better. The comic looks better. What? She hates me? She hates me. I wouldn't do that. I wanna have a quarrel. I hate quarrels with girls. What is this? I don't get it. Bad words. I definitely wouldn't start a quarrel like this. I believe a clever. Okay. True. That's two words. Uh, that's nice. It's like she's talking to me there and not in dialogue. Your bosses take advantage. Of course they do. Of course they do. They're bosses. This is differently shown now. And this is the same picture as before. Kinda makes sense. I mean, it's a used asset, but makes also some sense. She's saying the same things. No one wants to. This is the same stuff. Maybe they just don't. Yeah, it's the same thing. Maybe we have to be consistent when talking to her. Maybe. A lot of cats here. Like a pillow cat and a real cat. What is this? This is very realistic, yeah. I don't mind it. I'll just move it to the side and remove the one that is rotting. The rest is okay. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Wait. No. Of course I'm not gonna make a quarrel about this, about the mess. That's not a problem. What is this? 3 years. Jesus Christ. It's awesome. 3 years with a girl. I'll be happy already. Uh-huh. We started chatting. Yeah, that's like retelling what happened. We know that. First date. First time at hands. I believe that this is a mistake. Yeah, true. But I did say something. That's not true. I said I like her. It wasn't like we said nothing. True. Shared deep. No, is she gonna leave me or what? We still sometimes fight. So, a lot of fights. That's not me, of course. If I could choose, I wouldn't make fights. Right. Is it her now? She's in red. Is it what she's? I don't get it. It's like she left me an envelope with a letter. I don't get it. More than cold advice. We're not perfect. What is going on? Don't tell me it's the end. What? She leaves me? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is sad. Yeah, but at least it's realistic. First and last time. That's weird. I mean, it's realistic. I can say I liked it. Yeah, that's the game. She broke with me, of course, because I was right? I wasn't saying what she wanted to hear, I guess. Right, that's a realistic game. That's just the story of my life. I just didn't make it for 3 years ever, but still. Um, did I have fun? Yeah, guys, I had fun in 13 minutes. That's the game. Bro, you have to test the right conclusion and find the way to be with her forever and ever. I can do it. Let's see how's the album looking. We didn't go through 9 scenes actually, only sad stuff. So yeah, there is small replayability about it. Uh, hmm, hard to say. How much should I give to this game? Hard to say really. I would give it 5 out of 10. This is average because the graphics are basic, even though there were a couple of elements I liked. The moving elements, the mini games, and the fact that sometimes they talked like in a cartoon when they were quarreling. That was nicely done, and the other and better graphics, by the way. And also I like the part when they talked on the screen with this like a moving comic book. That was interesting. The typical graphics like in the menu when they are just drawn like this crudely, I don't like it very much. The dialogues are absolutely okay and the choices are absolutely okay. This is the typical for visual novel. Many endings and you have to basically replay it and make different choices, which won't definitely be your honest choices, but there will be a way to eventually beat the game at 100% and see all the endings or use a guide. So yeah, the size, of course, is very small, right? 15 minutes, 30 minutes of game, this is very little. I was actually reading through it, everything. So yeah, I'm a quite a fast reader, so if you read slower, it might be 20 minutes per attempt, so maybe at best an hour. Sure, it's not worth much money. Hard to say. I mean, it was fun, clearly, but how much is worth 15 minutes of fun? Would I say $1? I would say $1 should be 4 hours in my book. So I would need 4 stories like that, at least. Yeah, always different endings. So the game clearly needs more content. Uh, on the other hand, it is fun. It is slightly replayable, even though it's still super short. And the developer is very honest about it. Also, you have 4 languages, which is nice. You can try to learn English if you're not speaking English and you are Asian, or the other way around, probably. I have, well, I have no idea how I could learn the Chinese just by looking at this stuff that I completely don't understand. Probably have to take courses in this. So yeah, I'm Polish, so I just learned English because I need it, and that's enough. I think one language is enough. If you're Asian, you can of course learn English. If you're English, then you can learn probably one language. I'm not sure if Japanese or Chinese would be the best idea, but maybe. Basically, I think you should know one uh, foreign language, at least one, because that's doable for most people. Not necessarily more than one. One language definitely makes sense. Translation wasn't, I wouldn't say it was bad. I mean, there was one mistake in the one word, the word belief, I guess, was misspelled. Aside from that, it was very readable and I didn't notice any problems. I think there was slight problems with the actual Steam page where the developer was explaining. In some moment I thought it's like some poor English, so maybe he is native or something, but he did a good job here. I mean, the game is completely readable and playable in English. It was fun experience. Yeah, that's maybe what they wanted to do, but see, those games definitely need a lot of content. I played a couple of visual novels and they were the other way. They were like endless. I was reading for a few hours and didn't finish them. So a properly done visual novel, first of all, it's pretty. So the pictures must be at least super cute cartoons or just drawings, just like well, maybe not hentai. I'm not an expert on this, but manga or anime plus hentai because I like hentai. Um, really well done drawings, really pretty, and then I like it for the graphics, right? And then I like it for the length if it's there. If I'm really into reading, then I want to read a lot. If you start reading Harry Potter, you want all Harry Potters. If you start reading the book about vampires, I always forget the name. I don't know the name in English. I know in Polish, but I forgot the name in English. You know, the one with emo vampires that shine in the sunlight. I read a book, so I had the same feeling. Like I read the first book, then there was like 2 or 3 more books. I was like, I wanted to read more and more because I was interested. If you get interested in a game like this, would like to read probably 20 stories like this, and there's only one. So you will feel like, well, where is the rest of the game? Oh, it might appear in 2 years or 1 year. Well, if it appears, that's awesome. If it doesn't, you will be disappointed. Should you buy it now for $1? I mean, if the price will stay and you get all the stuff for free, that kind of makes sense to buy it now. Is it worth the $1? If you look just at the length of the game, it isn't, certainly, because it's 15 minutes. But if you want to help developer, if you want to pay for just the feeling, just for the experience, not really counting it against the gameplay time, the whole ratio, money versus gameplay time, which of course must be fun gameplay time. I'm not talking about gameplay time that is boring, that doesn't count, just an actually fun gameplay time. So I would leave it up to you. I would say the game is average. It's okay, it is fun, but I like reading and I do like visual novels, so this is biased, of course. I just like stories in any form. I like movies, I like comic books, I like visual novels, I like books as such, and movies and games. But then I look at money, right? I don't buy books because they're expensive. I don't go to theater because it's ridiculously expensive. I don't buy comic books because they're also expensive. I buy games, but I always look at the price and the length. Visual novels is strange to me because it's like it's pretty much a book overall, sometimes with multiple endings, that is digitalized. And then, well, for me, they are not worth much. I would pay maybe $1 for a visual novel that I would actually like and play for like 4 hours with beautiful graphics. Then I would say, yeah, sure, I can pay this much. But many times those prices get really high. And if you're a fan of visual novel, you probably know about it. If you ever wanted to collect all the really well-drawn visual novels and just read through them, that's a lot of money. This one, of course, is using this basic graphics, so the price probably because of that is lower. It's probably also lower because of the content, just the length. The reading itself is okay. I never really say anything negative about the just the story, because it's very subjective. Do you like this particular story? You don't. Well, I like this one. It was realistic, sort of. At least some of it was realistic, and yeah, it ended badly like in real life. So that was well written, sure. But would I pay for a little piece of good writing? I think I would just read a little piece of good writing, which is probably somewhere on the net for free. So the graphics don't really add that much to this. It's just some visualization and a very basic mini game. It's mostly just reading, right? So if you're a big reader, you wanna pay for books and you can afford it, sure, you can grab it. If you expect the game to actually be finished and add way more, then sure, you can also grab it now because now it's cheap. And if you really care about gameplay to money ratio, then I cannot recommend it. So I would leave it with this. That's what the game is offering. That was one of the playthroughs, one of the possible playthroughs, actually a full playthrough of the game. I liked it. If we're talking about emotions, yes, it was positive experience. I even didn't hate the graphics all that much, even though my first impression when I look at it now, I'm like, this is cheap, this is budget. Yes, it is cheap and budget. At the same time, it's fun to just read. Like, it's kind of like grabbing a book for kids and reading through it when you're bored. Like you're waiting somewhere and the kid is just, left the book and you're waiting there for 15 minutes for someone to like take you, right? So you just grab whatever is in your vicinity, you grab the book, you read it, and oh, that was okay. And then you just leave it, right? That's it. That's not something you can have a big attachment. You just go through the story and there's one more story you read in your life. Probably you can read thousands of them. So it's not a big game clearly, but it's done okay. It's also humble. It's also honest about what it is. So I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna leave it with 5 out of 10. That was a LoveChoice. I'm personally done with the game. I had 13 minutes of fun, so that's, I guess, okay. If you have any questions, you want to have a discussion with me, or you want me to add some more to the whole you know, rant or discussion or my approach to games and spending money or whatever, you can leave it in the comment. I hope that's enough of presentation and feedback for this game. And yeah, in this case I had to actually finish the entire game, because that's it. That's just the 30 minutes. There's no point to, you know, show you one picture and be like, oh, it's a visual novel. That's it. I will actually show you everything. So yeah, LoveChoice 5 out of 10, and I will see you guys in the next review, hopefully with a longer game.